Everybody, it's your girl Q1, and I am back with Love. What I'm doing? Love and Hip Hop Miami, season 7, episode 21. Heal or no heal? Child, what? Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm. All right. So as the last video, I'm saying the same thing. It's a little different now. My background has changed. So instead of me being back here, I've turned it this way. So now y'all can kind of see my little kitchen. So every blue moon, y'all might see some people, my people, you may see them go back and forward. But yeah, don't pay them no mind. Just act like they not there. Okay? Tunnel vision. So this episode was absolutely raggedy and musty as always. Okay? This episode has been brought to you by the word musty, because they never cease to amaze me how musty they decide they want to act. Okay? Alright. So the episode starts with Joy and Amada. Joy comes sitting she finds Amada at a restaurant and comes sits with her real dramatic, just like it's really of importance. And she tells Amada to get Shay because she's been doing the most to her and Trina. And I'm looking at Joy like, ma'am, you's a fake ass, bald head ass lie. Why? Because you let heaven lie in your face just so you can bring loud and obnoxious old bummy ass Larissa. Like, you wanted to bring this lady on the show so bad, so come hook a crook. I feel like you use heaven, whatever heaven said, to bring her on the show. You needed to start conflict. So you use heaven to create conflict. I know heaven is a messy old, raggedy, and that's my girl. But she messy. Hold on. I'm going to call you back. Alright. I know she an old, messy, raggedy somebody. But I still feel like Joy needed to bring Larissa on. So in order to bring Larissa on, and I guess if Shay and her was cool, you knew Shay would feel away. So I feel like you caused some conflict and you used whatever heaven told you and made it seem like, I feel like you knew Shay wouldn't talk about you like that, but I feel like you used what heaven said and created beef with Shay. Like, after all of this, y'all, that is what I come to the conclusion of. Yes, heaven is messy, but also we have to look at everything. The purpose for you was to bring Larissa on, and production needed you to bring Larissa on. And if you brought on Larissa, that means you would have had to explain to Shay. So you had to create conflict. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. Anyway, so Joy decided to tell Amada that heaven told her Shay was talking about her. Amada was like, heaven is a bald head ass, raggedy ass lie. Why? Because I was there and me and Shay ain't even cool like that. So Amada, you just drop your friends like hot potatoes because you're elevating. Like, Amada, you the fakest bitch I ever met. Like, your friends may not be perfect. Eliza and Shay may not be perfect. By far. They may not be perfect. But for you, you're willing to drop them just to platform yourself. And I get, you can't bring everybody with you. But I also understand that you are just as grimy and messy. And not in the sense of like messy and starting mess. I mean, your life is just as messy as those ladies. But it shows how fake you are as a friend. As you're not a true friend. And I would never want to be your friend. Never want to be your friend. You will sell yourself to the highest bidder, and you'll you'll step on your friends while getting there. And that is my truest opinion of Amada. Yes, you have the deals, and I'm very proud to see you, on different platforms and commercials and whatnots, and that's cool. But for you to constantly say, oh, I'm elevating, you're trying to convince yourself that you're elevating. And cool, Claudia, cool. Barada, how are you elevating by hanging with someone who made themselves what do they call it? Made themselves a footstool for a man to just walk all over him. Anyway, I don't know. I just feel like Amada to me is not a good friend. And don't get me wrong, Eliza and Shay are not. They're not my favorite people. They are not my favorite people. But it turns out that you would turn on them like a hot potato. And a lot of times, these women Trina's people have been coming for them. Even in the situation with Shay going to Trina. Yes, she probably shouldn't have went to Trina, but at the same time, yes, Shay need to control her emotions. And I also understand that. But she went to Trina and was like, hey, I need you to talk to your cousin. Trina has such this nasty disposition that if you can't smack the bitch, you gotta yell at her. Okay? But I just feel like Amada is just not a good person. Like, you're not a good person to me. You're not a good friend. But fine. Anyway, Joy says she feel bad because she feels like all of this started with her. Duh, bitch. You are the reason all of this is going on. Like, y'all want to sit here and y'all want to blame my girl Heaven. And I will not allow y'all to give my girl the fall. Yes, Gael is a raggedy hoe. But you chose to believe Gael. You chose to believe Gael because ultimately the goal was to bring on Larissa. And in order to bring Larissa on, you had to create conflict with Shay. This was on you. Anyway, I stand on that. I got to stand on the hill, y'all. I got to stand on the hill about this. Y'all, you listen. Y'all is not going to take my girl down without a fight. Okay? Heaven is raggedy, but we're not gonna take my girl down without a fight. Anyway, Kent, his eye, and Kat, they're having a housewarming party in this big old house, and I was like, okay, fine. Y'all got a big house. Y'all got a big house. Jacquay arrives. He lets them know that they was like, where's Pinky? He let them know that him and Pinky broke up. And I was just thinking, is that an Airbnb? And y'all just kind of had people to come over so y'all can film? I don't know. This might be their house. It just didn't feel like it was their house to me. It just didn't feel very housewarmish to me. It didn't. So anyway, Jacquay wanted to smooth things over with Big D. And so Kent felt like, that would be a good idea. And, we move on from there. So Shay goes over to Ching. And I still feel like Shay is using Ching because she has no allies. Like, she has no allies by her side. And this is what I don't like about these reality shows. All y'all doing is using one another just to be friends with each other for the sake of having allies, just in case the woman you beefing with decide to say something to you. Like, I just think it's childish. Maybe it's me. I just think it's childish. So Shay goes over to Ching. We found out that Quez is back in Omaha, and she's good with it. Y'all know I'm good with dirty ass Quez being with his mammy. Okay? Letting everybody suck on his dirty ass. Y'all know I'm happy with that. All right. So she said Quez is going to have to figure out how to co-parent in Omaha. that's gonna be all upon him. If he do, he do, and basically if he don't, he don't. I do feel like it did take the second. Baby Yaya and Baby Yaya, so her kids are beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. It took her to have the second baby to really figure out that this man really ain't shit, and this man is really not for you. And I think I really believe Ching tried this time for the sake of Yaya and because she really wanted to make it work. But she really realized having 2 kids, raising these 2 girls, it's hard. And then having a nigga who have no future plans, no foreseeable future, but just to be under some woman and just work a dead end job. And she have goals for herself. That shit is exhausting. Being with somebody like that is exhausting all on its own, because you feel like you have to think for them and you really don't. And I'm just glad that Ching had I'm glad Ching has figured it out. Like, I don't know what's happening in real time because I don't follow Ching. But if y'all know what's happening in real time, drop it down in the comments. But as I'm watching the show, I'm glad that Ching decided to choose her and her kids and not bring and let Quez do whatever it is he's gonna do in Omaha. Anyway, they talk about the movie premiere, and Shay doesn't feel like she didn't deserve what Trina, the way Trina and her people was acting towards her. And I agree. I feel like Trina acted a hot ass mess. Her purse holding husband acted a hot ass mess. Hot Topic is a hot ass mess and a lousy hot ass mess. I just don't like that lady. And I feel like she acted a total mess. Like, y'all, for what? Because the lady is in a movie. Like, how dare you try to stop another person to get their bag? Like, I feel like that's flawed. I feel like that's whack. Like, why would you do that? That's crazy to me. Anyway, she tells Ching that she got a call from Claudia inviting her to a retreat. And so she invited Ching, and Ching decided, she'll go. So the ladies overall decided that when they attend, they're gonna keep it positive. We'll see how that goes. And she said that she'll keep her third eye and her head on the swivel. All right. So in the next scene, we get to Pinky, Miami, Tip, and Kat. They meet up. And when Pinky started talking, I got aggravated. And they talk about Amada, and they started to talk about Sonye, and that's all I got. Eliza gets an invite to the retreat. She was letting her daughter know that she got an invite to the retreat. And she decided she wanted to invite Nadia. Now, Eliza, I have given you grace because I've seen you change along the way. But now, you decided to wait till the end of the season to be a messy, broke bitch. You decided you wanted to show up, and you wanted to be a messy ass hoe. Fine, girl. If you wanted to make a splash, make your splash. So, anyway, Trina, this dusty, musty hoe is tricking off on her husband for, helping him with his music video. And I cannot stand him. And she just act like he is such the bee's knees. She act like he is just like God's gift to women. And she act like he is this king when he is just a skinny ass bum. Okay? He living off of you, big mama. I mean, sugar mama. What was it that Kaya used to call you? Sourpuss. I ain't said that's what Kaya used to call her on the Queen's Court. Sourpuss. Anyway, so Trina this is the thing I don't like about Trina, big cheesy, rough and tough, stuffy, musty ass. Okay? She act like she's so above, y'all. She really has this attitude, like, I guess she calls herself the princess or whatever it was she used to call herself. I really think this lady thinks she's a real life princess or a queen or whatever. But she acts a fool, like she is such a clown to me. Hot Topic called her and she told her that Claudia was having a retreat, having a retreat. And so she asked Trina if she wanted to go. Trina was like, I don't want to be around these hoes, these fake ass hoes. No, you're the fake hoe. You are the fake ass hoe. You don't want to be around them because you knew you was wrong, and you're the type of bitch who don't like to apologize because you're the type of bitch who don't think you're wrong, and you've been wrong. The way you treat people, and that's why your career is in the shitty ass toilet, and why you haven't been higher than where you are. Again, Trina has done a lot in her career, and she's at an age where maybe she can sit down. I'm sure. But you're just a pimp hoe ass bitch. And you raggedy. With a raggedy ass nigga. I'm just saying, like, I'm glad people like her are the reason why I'm glad this show over. Because she's one of those people who act like she's so above, but yet you're on Love and Hip Hop Miami. You're on Love and Hip Hop Miami with all of these with different type of women, with all of these women. I'm just saying, like, and let's be all the way clear. When we watch the show, we don't watch the show for Trina. There are people that may watch the show for Trina, but the majority of us don't even watch the show for you at this point. I watch it for heaven. So you know. My oh girl. Baby, my moral compass is definitely in the shithole. Speaking of heaven, Amara and Joy goes to visit heaven, and they approach her and ask her, did she lie to Joy about the things that Shay said or did not say? Heaven said, listen, I didn't say the shit. Gael said that shit. And y'all know Gael is a raggedy, messy hoe. Okay? I am heaven. I don't do that. This lady is so bullshit, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, every time I will be in a scene with her, I don't understand. Rather than trying to fight her, I will laugh at her every time. Like, there is nothing I would want to fight Gael about. Whether it's Gael or Heaven, whichever one she chooses to be, I just wouldn't have the wherewithal to fight her because I would spend so much time laughing at her. But you know, they still keep trying to attach her fucking their baby daddies, but yet you're not mad at your baby daddy. But y'all still mad at her. That's the real reason y'all still mad at Gael, because she was able to fuck y'all nasty ass baby daddies. I'm just saying. Y'all not even mad at them. You know, like, I don't know. So then we get to Sonye. Girl. Sonye, from the moment I met her, the moment she came onto the screen, I absolutely did not like her. I felt like she was coming on like Trina. She has an attitude and a disposition just like Trina. And she's going to end up like Trina. She decided to, go back and forward with Jacquees. And she felt like Jacquees owed her an apology. And I was like, why does he owe you an apology again? I'm confused. Anybody, y'all can drop it down in the comments and let me know why Jacquees owes. Now, I will say this. He probably should, if he didn't apologize for, ambushing her and bringing homegirl to her event, that's one thing. I will say that you do owe that lady an apology for that. But Jacquees feels like because they're not together, he don't feel like he should apologize. And whether or not you were going to get her song back, you still interrupted that lady's song, concert or whatever she had, speakeasy, hell, I don't know, whatever she had. You interrupted that by bringing your girlfriend, Pinky Doll. You interrupted that, and that's just what it is. Like, take your lick. And so Big D was like, you should listen to Sonye. I feel like Sonye wasn't listening to him, and I feel like they wasn't listening to one another. But also, Sonye, you are a bird, because instead of telling Big D, no, I want to be professional and I don't want to take that song, you decided to continuously be spiteful. You decided to match energies. And I feel like you would have came out better and showing up better being the bigger person. But you are a bird and you are a follower, and that is okay, because that is how I see you, and I will be glad not to see you on screen in that section anymore. Anyway, Trina's raggedy ass and her purse holding husband and Julian. Trina felt disrespected because Julian didn't call her by her marriage name. And I totally forgot what they said her marriage name was. Hell, I don't know her last name, her actual last name. And I don't know the purse holder's last name. She said she was also mad because Julian shouted, not because he shouted out Shay, but because he said, and it don't matter who else is mad. That's why Trina was mad. That's what she said. She's mad. You're really mad because Julian didn't take her out of the movie. You're mad because things didn't go your way. And you want things to always go your way. You're not a producer. This is his movie. He didn't come to you. You went to him. He figured out a way so y'all won't have to film together. Like, grow the fuck up, Trina. You and your husband. So the retarded... The purse holding retard decided he wanted to act a damn fool and act like Julian was scared of him or something. And so he started to go off on Julian, and Julian felt a little froggy this time. And I don't know, like, I feel like Julian felt froggy because security was right there. I don't think he would have did all that if security wasn't right there, but that's just my opinion. But I also feel like a lot of times quiet people are not people to be played with. And I think that Swerve, the purse holder, is a very loud person. He wants to make his mark, and he wants to be seen, and he wants everybody to think that he's so big and bad. And he's not. And I think if you walk up on the right one, you're going to get what you're looking for. You're trying to protect this lady at all costs. Why? Because it feels like without her being around, you get nothing. So you need to protect her from all the vultures and everybody so you can continue to eat off of her. But Trina is too stupid to see that, and she too gullible, and she too traumatized to see what's happening in front of her. Anyway, Trina and her husband, they're a piece of shit, and they can go directly to hell. This retreat from hell was a hot ass mess. I don't know how long this retreat is going to last. I don't know if this was a 1-day retreat or next day, or a 24-hour retreat. But anyway, all the ladies started to arrive. So it's Claudia, Rada, Amada, Bobby, because I thought it was a retreat for the women, but whatever. Bring Bobby on. Ugh. Joy, Kent's auntie, Miami Tip, Pinky Doll, Hot Topic, Zoe, Shay, Ching, Sonye, and her attitude, let's be clear, Eliza and Nadia. And I was like, this is terrible. And Trina decided she didn't want to come. Like, why are you on here? And I guess Larissa was somebody who should not be there. Anyway, I don't know how many episodes we have left, but I'm hoping next episode is probably the last episode. I don't know. This is episode 21, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Anyway, Nadia says to Eliza while they're riding in a car, Nadia said Michael is a liar and nobody listens to her. And I'm like, you really don't want Rada to listen to you. What you really want is for Rada to leave Michael so you can fill Rada's spot. It's all you want. Like, you are a side chick. Rada is the chick who's okay with the things that Michael is doing. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. Zoe, girl, your hair is ugly as fuck. Shay. So they asked Shay, what's her name? Claudia asked Shay, do you feel like you're owed an apology? And if so, from who? So Shay asked for an apology from Joy. Joy was like, I do owe you an apology, but I'm not gonna apologize until you apologize to Trina. And I'm looking at Joy like, Joy, you really need your ass whooped, but whatever. Then they get to arguing. So Hot Topic decided she wanted to jump in because she has nothing better to do but be miserable. And then, as those two are going back and forth, well, because Shay was like, did Shay call her a peasant? I want to say Shay called her a peasant. And then Zoe was like, y'all need to let them talk. And then as Zoe said that, Ching was like, then Ching said something to Zoe. And then those two started to argue. And the whole time, Claudia was like this. Nah, Claudia, don't do that because you knew that this was going to be a shit show. Let's be all the way clear. You've been on reality TV, madam. You knew bringing all of these women in one spot was going to be a shit show. You knew nothing healing was going to come of this. Anyway, while all of this arguing is going on, the transference of the arguing, Eliza walks in with Nadia. And the episode ends from there. But it looks like next week, Sonye gonna get popped. And the police is gonna come. Sonye gonna get popped by Zoe. And the police is gonna come. So I feel like I can't wait to see that. Because Sonye's attitude has been really shitty in my personal opinion. Okay? That is all I have for Love and Hip Hop of Miami. Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is your girl Q1, reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.